In the quiet but fast eroding villages of Umuchime, Eziama, and Mgbaja in Ossah community, Umuahia North local government area, the lives and livelihoods of residents hang in the balance. Severe gully erosion has gradually eaten deep into the landscape, cutting off access roads to farms, homes, churches, and workplaces, leaving families displaced and communities in despair. During a recent environmental field visit to the area, our reporter witnessed firsthand the devastating impact of erosion on the people's lives and spoke with affected residents who narrated harrowing stories of land loss and increasing vulnerability.
We have made several efforts to make sure that we combat this thing, but due to there's no fund, and we can't do it individually. For example, we have got several governmental sectors. We have met with the Eziama, who is a member of our community here, which has given us a firm promise. This thing just started this way. It was just last year when the people of when the government wanted to build this road, to construct this road. They came to the community, we welcomed them because we are peace-loving people and we need that development. So when they came, we welcomed them. Now, when they started doing that demolition, we met with them. They said, as far as we are from this community, they will compensate us. We said, good and fine, as far as we are less roads, but we are all labor members. But unfortunately, when they started building, we saw that rain was coming into this place with full force. They channeled the whole gutter near Faith here and Ginas. They channeled everything to this side. When we wanted to protest, they begged on us and said, please, they will do a very good construction gutter here that will not affect whatever they are doing. And that what we do, and they say they will fill it up and they give us a very good drainage and we get down to this place. So we relax because we need development. But we can utmost supply. After they have finished, they left us like that. When you call the white man, he will tell you he's doing comfort drainage, he's doing the road. When you meet people in the government, they will tell you they will do it when they do the right one at Abia State, Umuchime. So everybody is surprised with what's going on because we know that unless we cannot promise what we cannot do. I don't know why the people at the office, and I don't know whether they are giving him this information. We're making so many letters to him. What we are appealing to government is come and help us because look at there's a school there. Look at a school here. There's a school there. My house is next to the school. There are so many buildings here. The disaster will be bad if it continues. If you watch this building, you can see that they are started going down, because the whole water they channel from the main road there is coming into this place with full force. I wish you were here when the rain is coming. You even run away from here. It's terrible on us. So we are appealing to government to come and help us do this when it's not late.
Honestly, this management just started sometime last year. If you look at this place, whether we are supporting this place, we are most of the red board, we are doing this. So we thought that we are going to. Because we had the stream somewhere there. We used to go there and fetch water. Since this started, we never have access to that our stream there. So it's a very big problem to us. When they started doing this, we tell them, they say they will control the drainage. Just like the relatives have just said. They blocked somewhere, the water used to go to the other side of the road, but they blocked there and channeled the whole water here. So this is just started, just of recent. We have talked to our traditional ruler, we have come and see the same all the development. I know that we have a good governor, Dr. Choma. The man is trying, he's a listening governor. We are pleading to the government to come and help us. If this thing continue like this, we will leave this community and
the community now turns its hopes to the Abia State government under Governor Alex Oti, urging him to act swiftly before the situation deteriorates further. At the heart of this concern is His Royal Majesty Eze Chiabotu Emenike, the traditional ruler of Eziama Mgbaja Autonomous Community, who described the erosion menace as a major developmental obstacle.
What we are facing now by way of erosion menace is very challenging. These efforts gets worse with each major road development. we believe, and we know that road construction is a good thing, especially improvement of the road infrastructure is a good thing. The challenge we have is that at each point in time when these roads are constructed, terminating the water properly through its right channel has become a major problem. We have water routes, as it may so described. But instead of terminating these drainages properly, where it will cause erosion, they hang it. And each of these road construction adds more volume. The volume of water that comes from the drainages now goes to these areas and increase the volume of water that goes there originally. And what it does is that by the time they hand it, the force at which it gets down creates more challenge and more problem. And so that is the challenge we have had. The major problem about this thing is about the termination of the water, the drainages that they are constructing, the water they are constructing, the road they are constructing, and the terminal point for the soil water that is coming after the construction. That's a major problem. Right now, people are exposed to danger. Farmlands are condemned. People can go to their farms. People can get to their homes. A lot of issues. The Umuchime area is a terrible thing because it has cut off completely.
The monarch expressed frustration that despite reaching out to relevant agencies, there has been no visible intervention, stressing that its funds had been released. He maintained that Ossah people will not keep quiet while someone sits on money meant to save the land.
We have made that complaint to first our councillor and trying to raise up to the representative in the House of Assembly, because these are the channels that we have to go through. The one in the House of Assembly, and again, trying to do some letters to the government agencies that are responsible to go to the side. I have said that with my cabinet. I have also been trying to make out calls and complaints to people who would help us. However, that's the situation as it is so far. Nothing has been done, and if government is doing something we've not been told, but I hear that maybe some attention is given to it. But the earlier it is given to us, it will become better for us to avoid the bigger effects where we have to start relocating our house. Release of funds, we haven't heard at all that government released any funds. But I can tell you, we are observable. The moment we know that what I released to anybody, he will have no rest. He would have no rest. He will do that job or tell the government, not the government. Who will be quiet? That's the truth. You understand? So we're not asking for government to give us to do. We're not asking government to release money funds to us. We're saying, come and help us do, because government has all the agencies, has all the know-how, the chemical and all the know-hows about doing that job. So we're not even interested in funds being given to us. But the moment we know that funds have been released and in the hands of somebody who will come after you, but you have to do the job. People's lives are involved. There's danger. So we can't give you money and you take the job and put it in your pocket. You will not put it in your pocket, you don't pocket it. We won't let you. That is the truth. We won't let you. Up to now, we have not heard that government has used any funds to anybody. So we can't come out and now and say no for truth that somebody has returned our money. Nobody can do it here. I can tell you that no matter how highly placed you are. Because what is facing us is bigger than individual. It's bigger than even this community. If you don't check it, all of us will.
In response, the coordinator of the Nigerian Erosion and Watershed Management Project, New MAP, in Abia State, Engineer Ikechukwu Ukebu, confirmed that the Umuchime erosion site is a top priority case under their watch list.
We are dedicated to ensuring that the business is brought to a certain level of control. Why do I say that? We have ground truthed almost 80 sites in Abia. I mean the ones that we have visited and taken measurements and done the preliminary assessment. And we subjected it to certain criteria according to best practices, because we are a multilateral project, meaning we are funded by, or rather, we are supposed to be funded by outside international organizations. So they have their processes, and we must conform and align with those processes. And so those processes have led us to doing much more. And after doing that, we're supposed to subject it to certain criteria stipulated by them before we can rank and say these sites are the ones that we believe will be most impactful. So why am I telling you all that story? Because we have done all of that for that Umuchime. And Umuchime came out in our prioritization list as number one. It is not the biggest, it's not the most jaw-dropping. So when I say that, you should actually wonder what else is out there. It's not the most jaw-dropping. But, you know, when you bring together all the other elements, it is impacting community life. You have seen that the road has been there. The road is access, it has cut them off. It is threatening those buildings that you have around. On the right, you already have a gully that has spread and it's just getting worse and taking up what used to be farmland, and it is, you know, going towards those other the access routes on the other side. All right. Then as you come up, you find that it has practically sacked the utilization of their community hall. They are just managing to go in there. All the access roads, auxiliary roads coming to that the Amasri or whatever that their major road that can be seen there. Most of those roads have become affected. And the place where the gully is presently, that is practically the lowest spot from both sides. Because when you manage to cross and you go all the other way, you find that it goes uphill. So all the catchment area is quite wide. The catchment area for that Umuchime Gully has been traced all the way from Express before the town. That's where we started doing the flow analysis. Because all the storm water from that whole area comes, and that is what we have produced. So we have done all of that, and based on a lot of all these things, we came up in the weighing scale as the top most impactful. And so we prioritize it as number one. And we of course, our people have been there. The people from the federal have been there as well. And we have our consultants that we are working with, and they have taken cross-sectional measurements. They have taken the depth of that, and they've taken the length of the catchment area. When I say catchment area, all the areas that contribute to the flow, you know, they have taken all those measurements. They've taken measurements of what we call the sidewalk, the head of the gully, the tail of the gully, all those things, including all the contributions to it. So all of that has been done for that particular gully.
He emphasized the importance of community ownership and cooperation once construction begins, stating that effective remediation depends on collaborative efforts between government agencies and the local population.
Most of these interventions are community-based. We will work with them. When we put out, some warnings concerning dumping of refuse in the place, we will put out, these signs here and there to stop people, because we must entrench environmental safeguards policy there immediately, so that we don't have accidents, we don't have somebody that is drunk, strolling home and falling into that place, and then you're having a casualty. So we have to put up those safeguard things to be sure that we will need their cooperation. We will need the ASIC. When we say, please give us the village gun, we want to go around and sensitize people who have started work here, look at the things that we might require. If you even have your young people that will be ready to work with us, we will get them. If we have other types of support that we might require, especially human resources, we would like to work with the villagers in the community so that they own the project, they own the activity, and so we will definitely have an engagement policy that means we must be, on the same page with the villagers. So we're going to definitely do that. All we are doing is full preliminary assessments of the situation, updating those assessments, preparing ourselves, and much like running a drill on a regular basis, so that once, because this thing is like going to church. If you're in church and they are not done offering time, you don't hear blessing time. Once we receive the offering time, then we can roll into implementation. And that is when we can start saying to you, officially, we have achieved this. But we have done quite a number of things. With respect to the Umuchime side, all right, we have also, apart from prioritizing it, we produced a 6-month work plan. I think that is very close to what you really want to know. We have an initial 6-month work plan, and thankfully we have produced it in line with the template received from the Federal Project Management Unit. And we pushed it through our processes and then pushed it to the executive government. Dr. Alex Oti has looked at it and has okayed that work plan. And guess what? Umuchime side is number 1 on that work plan. So we went from approximately 80 sites to 24 prioritized, and another about 25 that there that are also active, but we have not joined them into the list. And then we now came to 3 sites for the first 6 months of implementation, which we expect it's been slated from June to November. And that Umuchime site is one of the 3 because of how important we know it is. All right, and it has nothing to do with all the hue and cry, which is deserved, really, that is going on now. We just looked at the really technical things, and we don't do our work by doing too much in political consideration. No, we get the technical things together, professional assessment, and we push it to the politicians. Then we now really want to decide. But on our own, we prioritize it, and it is one of our top 3 sites that we must do between now and November.
Meanwhile, the Abia State Commissioner for Environment, Philemon Ogbonna, appealed to residents to stop dumping waste in erosion-prone areas, warning that the habit exacerbates the already fragile situation.
The attitude and behavior of our people in waste management have been so disturbing, and it's not the proper place to, discharge waste. And we have asked the people in that area to be very, very careful. Of course, sometimes that action may be in self-effort to see whether they can curtail the extent of menace, but it's not a waste disposal point. So we are asking and pleading with the people that whatever action they are doing, whatever they are doing that is not proper, they should stop. And very soon government will deploy engineers to make sure that the mitigation work starts in that place. So people should not be pouring waste there. It's not the best. But what it means is that it's going to increase the cost of mitigating that. We will have to evacuate all those wastes before proper engineering work begin to issue is that one major process of that is raising an alarm. If there is relation situation in any place, raise an alarm, send SOS, we follow it up. And my ministry is very, very accessible. We have a list of erosion, active erosion sites, and they are prioritized.
Ogbonna also called on communities across Abia facing similar threats to report cases promptly, adding that they want communities to raise the alarm early so that action can be taken in time.
New map is also under this ministry that is particularly see to making sure that erosion issues are also handled. Flood and erosion department of this ministry is also there. The ministry is accessible. My advice is from anywhere we have issues, people should raise their hand and send SOS and follow up.
As erosion continues to deepen environmental and socio-economic cracks in Ossah, the community's call is loud and clear. They want promises turned into action. For now, the people of Umuchime, Eziama, and Mgbaja wait, hoping that their cry for help doesn't sink deeper than the gullies claiming their land.